welcome to Penguin Marches, CP Gullywash. This is going to be pretty quick because this map isn't very good for engineer. This is like the one map that I almost never build a teleporter on.
Teleporter going up.
I can't really show you why here, but basically it's because even if you do pick up metal on the way to mid, you won't actually have 200 metal, and that's kind of bad. You have to pick it up there too, but that could also be an extra mini sentry. That's the only rollout that there is to mid, really. You could go through choke, but it's a lot.
Sentry going up.
Always the first thing I do is come out and build a mini sentry right here. Regardless of what happens on mid, this is the earliest you can actually build a sentry. And even if you want to go up top or something later on, it at least helps your sniper a little bit, because usually the sniper just stays down over here and does a sniping. So, usually I would just, assuming nothing is under here, which there might be, watch for like a soldier or something going drop down, or like a scout trying to run straight under the point. He can't run into the mini sentry, so that's fine. Usually the other man will come up there, and the other team's combo will come up there. Some people play really aggressively and go up the other side. I personally recommend, if you're going up top, to go to whichever direction the other combo doesn't go to, because otherwise you walk into a demo man and a heavy, and that's really unpleasant. There's not much to say about mid, I guess. It's basically you hang around and do whatever. You can usually kill the spy a bunch. Like a little bit after mid, the spy will come and decloak, and I'll probably try to walk up here at your combo if you're up on this side, or at the other side, or he'll go for your sniper. So if you're in position, you can really easily catch the spy out. Unlike most 5CP maps, there's not much you can do with the Wrangler at this mid. There kind of is, but by the point you're actually in position to do anything, you pretty much won mid. So you usually just spam mini sentries and shoot things and try not to get picked right away for no reason. Up here,
building the sentry.
Drop a mini sentry wherever you want. It all basically covers the same stuff. Kind of the
sentry going
is good in general just because it covers as much of that area as possible. If you do it on one side of the point or the other, you can wrangle and choke a little bit. Like here's a great spot even when mid fight's over because you can wrangle over there. And you can get time on the point too, as long as nobody's contesting or pressuring that. It's something you can do, and it's kind of helpful. Yeah. Oh yeah, one thing you actually can do too. That's so risky and
building the sentry.
You can use the Wrangler to jump up this. The thing is, the other team is probably going to notice you unless they're blind or nobody is down there, and their combo is going to be right here and here. So basically, you need to be able to get in here, have nobody notice, get up here, and have something here useful that you can pick, and then manage to land like whatever 2 shots you even get to like try and kill the medic or something. Pretty unreliable. I've never done it, but it's absolutely possible, so maybe you'll get lucky sometime. After you win mid, assuming you win mid,
sentry going up.
That's a good spot. Just in general while capping, but usually you'll run down over here, and if you didn't like wipe them and push straight into second, you begin what is most of Gullywash, which is sitting outside a big door with
building the sentry
somewhere, occasionally shooting at people on the other side of the big door. Try not to die to the soldier or sniper or whatever, and building another mini sentry when they manage to kill your current one. And you kind of do that until your team's ready to push. This is why I don't like this map. It's a lot of boring standing around doing nothing.
Dispenser going up.
Unfortunately, it's a lot of boring standing around doing nothing, but the points flip over really quickly, so there's not much point in building teleporters at any point. Even, like, dispensers and stuff tend to not stalemate for long enough, or at least not in a safe enough way. Like, people will push in and kill stuff and probably wind up killing the dispenser, whatever you have there, and then maybe they'll lose that fight and back out. They still have to reload the dispenser. I don't know. But here's a nice spot for your soldier to scout over here. Sometimes the sniper comes down over here too. This sniper kind of does whatever they want. Spy too, everything. One dumb thing is when you put the dispenser down here, you can jump up here. This isn't really important, and I've never actually seen a spy attempt to use that. So, if you do happen to want to build a teleporter at any point,
Teleporter coming.
stuff hides in this bush really well. In fact, I'll show you what the
Sentry going up.
because that's actually a decent sneaky spot when you know you're going to lose mid. If you put a mini sentry here, it'll annoy people. Yeah, you can build a teleporter there, anywhere in this elbow, or elbow there. You could even like build it down somewhere. I don't know. None of the spots are really great, and probably nobody's going to use them more than once or twice. So I don't think they do much personally. Maybe if your team is like super stalemate over a point and nobody's actually trying to kill teleporters, this way is better for them, whatever. That's fine. Usually I wouldn't play up near choke, but it's actually more convenient to push into second going through choke. Like once your combo is like super far in and shooting their team or whatever, coming in through here and
Building the
center here, and then using the ring so they can't come to each other is nice. If you're pushing through the door, I would basically just go in with the rest of your flank all at once, and then try to focus stuff down. Here is
Sentry
kind
going.
of a nice spot because it covers the shots, and it basically closes off this area kind of while you're capping, which means your combo and everybody else just have to focus on up top, which is where most people will attempt to defend from if they're forced out of second really hard, if they defend at all.
Building the sentry.
Up here is alright too. Or if you manage to get on top somehow.
Sentry going. Pow.
Anywhere up here is kind of nice. And it has the benefit of actually covering up here too. That usually you're going to just be on capping duty on this map and this point of this map. There's a teleporter spot up here that I kind of like
Teleporter
pushing last because it's kind of way out of the way and hard to notice, and I've since as I said, since teleporters on this map tend to not be very useful because the points will go back and forth a lot, even though it's kind of literally stalemating too. Just building one teleporter at one point and then leaving that up the entire match, especially if it's in a sneaky spot where nobody noticed, can be alright. I don't know. Usually the entrance will be destroyed first for any teleporter when you're pushing last because of where it's placed. So people don't check it there really. It can work. Otherwise, I think the spots most people would use are
Teleporter coming right up. Teleporter coming.
in a particularly sneaky version of that spot. I don't know. I don't like that one so much because it's not actually that sneaky. You'll notice it. And it's just in a corner spot where people have to walk all the way around. Pushing last. I guess there's kind of two-ish things you'll do. You'll either chill up in river
Building the set.
somewhere near here if you want to be super annoying and engage in silly spam battles or something with people. Or just
Sentry going up.
Or you come chill kind of in the lower lobby and watch over here. I would, if your sniper is like down here, there usually isn't anybody watching them particularly well. Like, a spy would be able to walk over here and shoot your sniper, and nobody can really kill him. So if you do something like stand over
Sentry
here,
going up.
this can stop that from happening.
Backing
a
up.
spot over here, people don't tend to expect so much. Because when they push, if if they try to peek into this lobby at all, they'll usually go in this direction. But if the mini sentry's here, then they have to worry about it. And again,
Building a
somewhere around
sentry.
here is a perfectly viable spot too. Since usually the combo is going to be setting up here anyway, I think building a mini sentry
Sentry
is
going up.
kind of redundant. So I don't usually bother. I'll often build a dispenser
Erecting.
come over here or this hallway. This doesn't block anything. It's just a kind of convenient spot because it connects river with lobby basically. Otherwise, yeah. When you're pushing into last, you kind of just are chilling and waiting to push. And you actually do go personally, I think the best thing you can do is to get up here and
Building a sentry.
here without anybody focusing on you while they're distracted with the Uber or whatever, and then build a mini sentry here, and then jump somewhere else and go fight people. I really like that spot in general for a sentry. Just because it's up in the corner, it covers a lot. But honestly, I would just go into whatever entrance nobody's paying attention to at that point. At that point, considering there's 1, 2, 5 entrances in this last, technically, that's actually not terribly difficult to do. And then I just find a spot to build a mini sentry.
Building a sentry.
Because one of the weird things about this last point is people tend to get super focused on the point itself, whether you're on offense or defense, and if not that, then other people. So if you can build a mini sentry without anybody focusing it when they don't have a chance to or just aren't paying attention, then it can stay up and it'll clean up a lot of kills. I get like a ton of 4Ks or whatever on this last just because of mini sentries. It's great. So yeah, there.
Sentry going up.
If you get a chance, you can kind of come over here to sneaky
Building the sentry.
or shoot on people kind of trying to defend the point. It obviously doesn't cover all of it. River, actually, I think this is one of the worst places to push, unless you like jump up here and into their sniper or something where you can get a really easy pick on some
Sentry
people.
going up.
Coming through here this way doesn't seem that good. I would personally just go under, because like a
Building the
sentry down
sentry.
here is going to be really annoying to a lot of classes, and also you can come up and pressure the point from behind, usually with something else. I don't know, like pyro or scout or soldier or something, because you're going to be capping. Yeah, that's most of what I have to say about this. I'll switch to defending. This is not my spawn. Oh well, you can pretend that I'm on level 3s, I guess. So, well, when it comes to level 3s on this last point, I guess the same rules apply as on any other last, which is if you have time to build at least a level 2, it's probably kind of useful to have the gun that will do more damage and be able to tank more damage. The problem that I usually have with level 3s is that there's a bunch of ways that the other team can kind of peek and focus them down or try to kill you before they even push in, which means a lot of times it's kind of not that useful. Watch, especially up there, like the sniper and soldier like to go shoot up from there. I see a lot of people like to build
Sentry
back
going up.
here somewhere. I'm not even sure what the exact placement is because I never actually get to see the gun. I figure it's either up on
Sentry
this
going
thing,
up.
down there where I put it first, or somewhere over here. And I actually don't feel like this is a very good spot for a level 3. I mean, it works okay for a mini sentry, like it kind of covers the point, and it kind of covers down here, but it's also not really doing anything else. You want, with a level 3 sentry, you kind of want to force the other team to focus that, so they have to spend their Uber trying to kill, like, a ring of level 3, instead of trying to kill your team or anything useful. Like, a sentry can shoot stuff that's on the point, but it can't actually go block a point, and it can't push out of last, which is kind of your ultimate goal when you're defending, is you don't want to be in that state forever, you want to push out. So basically the gun down here, what it would do is it covers a little bit of down under and it covers a little bit of blast, but in exchange you're giving up all the rest of blast, all 4 of those exits there, to the other team, and there's not really anything you can do about it. Unless I feel like it's easy to just, they'll kill your team and then come down here and spam the gun down really easily. All it does is keep people from being able to run straight onto the point in the initial Uber, which is useful because one of the things you can kind of just do on this point is put somebody on the point, forcing the other team to like go jump on the point to block it, and then like your demo walks into shutter and throws 3 stickies on the point and gets 5 kills. But yeah, basically I think it's really easy, or should be really easy to spam the gun down, either from like just lobbing pipes or stickies or whatever from over here, or you can like edit from over here or down under here. It doesn't matter where you put the gun, it should be pretty easy to do that.
I'm moving this.
So, what I prefer is usually to build it up here. Maybe a bit further back
Sentry
where
going
it
up.
can't really touch the river, because this will cover like a couple of the actual exits, and it basically will cover people who want to walk to the point from anywhere but water, and it deals when people want to bomb from river or wherever the soldier wants to jump from to try and force your medic. Then it shoots them. That's not fun. But I also think if you have time to do it, that building a gun really far forward, it takes a ton of time to set anything like that's way away from spawn, by the way, so it's kind of constrained. But to build it somewhere really far forward where people are going to push in and then have to turn around to deal with the gun, out of those really, that's useful. Or if you want a kind of really defensive, basically only covering the point gun, this is actually where I prefer to build it. Right there instead of down here is basically just a better coverage, because it can see this whole little area, whereas the one in Sneaky can kind of just see the point and stuff behind it, and stuff can come around behind it and then jump easily and everything. Here, this is kind of on the real ground. People can, you know, spam it or whatever. There's no like fantastic spots or anything, but it'll still cover the point and cover more things. The last spot is again here, which is kind of like that spot, only you're near your combo. The one thing I like about the spots up here, near the spawn in particular, is I can't even get into spawn right now. Should have done this on the blue last. But you can sit into spawn little ways with the rescue ranger and then just repair it while the Ubers and whatever are happening, and then when the gun dies you walk back into spawn
Sentry going up.
you switch back to mini sentries and you can come back out and rejoin the fight. Whereas the other spots you can't really tank that well. Well, again, that's one of the kind of useful things about putting them forward, is you can see those spots from pretty far back. Of course, you're kind of asking to get sniped, but you kind of ask them to get sniped anytime on any map, so whatever. I do like building a dispenser on last often. Usually I'll put it somewhere near where the combo is.
Dispenser going up.
Honestly, like, the placement doesn't really matter that much. Sometimes I'll put it here
Erecting a
because
dispenser.
I like down here because you can have people go sit and sneaky and then contest the points from down here while sitting on a dispenser. And I also like putting one like
Dispenser
down
going up.
because this actually blocks some of the entrances so people can't walk around. Plus people can stand on the point, and usually you'll have a pyro for yourself down here watching the point, just so nothing can walk under really easily and get free time on the point or a back cap or whatever. So like mini sentries,
Building a sentry.
I think this one is fantastic. Again, like any of the level 3 spots that I pointed out, including the ones that I thought weren't so great, work well. Mini sentry spots, spots that don't work for level 3s that great will tend to work out a lot better for mini sentries along the cover things. Because you don't have to worry about as many things. You don't need to worry about, can I heal it from here safely? Can I be near it without getting picked easily? Is there even metal nearby that I can use to repair it if I need to? Where do I run when the gun's gone down? Yeah, I didn't need to worry about any of that really. So, yeah. For holding, if you're not on the road, I guess I'd either like chill up here somewhere where you can watch river. Yeah, I think that's best really. There, or in your combo maybe if they're down people. Like if your pyro's down there and your heavy's really bad at spike checking or something, you can sit up here and do that for them. Spy's like up there and spawn. Or down here. Walk over here and check sneaky periodically and you'll often catch a spy.
Pow!
I think that's pretty good. So, second, usually you're going to be on last, defending when your team pushes out. Tends to be the engineer's job in Highlander. So how you defend second kind of depends on who has what advantage and how much. If things are equal, it's going to be the same stuff you were doing on mid, only from this angle.
Sentry going up!
Here. Dispenser for your flank.
Erecting a dispenser.
You can also put it kind of over here on my combo, but I think I prefer to keep it with the flank usually.
Dispenser going up.
That's my favorite spot. And yeah, spam mini sentries in this spot. If possible, I
Build
like
in
to
the
put them
center.
down here because there's a bit of cover here. It's really close, so people can't even walk over here without getting hit by the mini sentry. That's good. Check in lobby every now and then for the spy. A lot of times what the spy will like to do is sneak down through this shutter and then go up top where you can take a look at things and stuff. I don't know. It kind of depends what the spy does, I guess. I like a couple teleporter spots.
Teleporter going up.
Or
Teleporter go. Bam! Teleporter coming right up.
I know that I'm back up here.
Building the sentry.
If you're expecting them to push and you're in position to, I prefer having mini sentries up top because they're more annoying for the other team to deal with. Over here. I actually build it on the edge.
Sentry going. Bam!
I don't know. Like
Building the sentry.
here, the Wranglers just to contest people who are trying to cap or whatever. That's annoying. But generally, yeah, I wouldn't say there's all that much else to talk about at this point, just because most of it's sitting by big doors.
Sentry going up.
And the dispenser is useful for that. Maybe not so you can get that off of it. I would actually upgrade it here if I were given time to, because this is where the time tends to stalemate. Well, it tends to stalemate with people pushing last and then being able to push out at last too. I don't know, it's a stalemate, man. Pushing is really, really awkward. If you push through big door, what you're kind of doing is either you wipe their flank at some point and then kind of push into here with the rest of your flank while you tell your combo to push through choke and hope that they actually do that. Or their combo pushes and also focus on choke, you come in. Usually people don't push from down here because it's from the low ground. And also, this is like a sniper sideline over here, so you can kind of get forced into popping early or something too. Sniper's weird on this map because it's not a particularly strong sniper map, but there's some really, really long sight lines that are hard to pressure the sniper with it all. They were all in odd places. And I don't know. So, yeah, pushing here. If you come into the door, basically what I do
Sentry
is
going
like
up.
another mid, like you do here, and then you just try to get up on the high ground or maybe kill people who are down on the ground fighting. Not many people do that. Or you come in like kind of late through choke and then like
Build in the
sentry
sentry.
right outside it and then use the wrangler to try to force people back.
Build in the sentry.
Anything I didn't cover? You put like
Erecting a dispenser.
popular teleporter spots. Also just
Teleporter
here,
coming right up.
This is not going to be the best place to have a teleporter exit if the other team manages to push down.
Teleporter going
Here,
up.
or
Pow!
next to it. Or you can do somewhere even
Teleporter
back here.
going up.
At some point the teleporter is, well, it's not even all that important, but also at some point it's kind of close to where you're spawning from anyway, so it doesn't matter that much. Yeah, I think that's all of it. This is just kind of a rough map for engineer because there's a lot of high ground that you can't get to easily. The ammo packs are kind of spread out or in risky places, or small ammo packs, so you have to collect like a dozen of them to even do any good. There's a bunch of, like, this kind of area is pretty exemplary of this map because there's a bunch of indoor areas that are just little chokes that if you walk through them and there's pretty much any other class, you die immediately because they all do damage. And, yeah. Plus, you're not useful so much with the teleporters and dispensers as you on other maps. Well, dispensers are important. Actually, I think the dispensers is one of the most important things you can do on this map. But otherwise, I think generally just coming in late and having mini sentries up where people can't focus them down will do the most good on every point.
Sentry going up.
It almost doesn't even matter where, just as long as it's
Building the
there and
sentry.
it doesn't do damage to people. And yeah,
Bam!
don't run full-time level 3s and don't run level 3s to mid. I see people do that. I've seen, I remember in Silver where people would do this, where they would, instead of going to mid as engineer, they would come up and build a level 3 set up here.
Sentry going up.
Here or something, I don't know. And that doesn't do any good. Like, alright, if you lose mid, then you can defend second better, but it's not about defending second, it's about capping the other team's last point. That's how you get the points. That's how you win the game. So while you can't actually do that much as an engineer, the point kind of is, when people aren't focusing on you and when you are able to actually get in there, you can do things. It's just kind of difficult to do. But you're not going to be able to do that if you're hanging back with a level 3 sentry or something. The only reason that I would do it is if you're up on points and you want to just run out time or whatever, then sure, build the level 3 sentry on mid.
Sentry
level
going
3
up.
Sentry on the other team second or whatever. Just keep them from being able to push. Like, especially, like, yeah, if you do something like manage to build a level 3 in lobby or up here somewhere, you'll be able to delay the team enough that your team can hold second.
Bam!
But, I don't know, I never like doing that personally. It's not fun. It's kind of a hassle. And this map does kind of suffer from not having a lot of metal that you can use, which makes it really hard to do a level 3. Like, look at all the metal up here. There's a tiny pack over here. There's a bunch of tiny packs over. There's a big one down there. There's a tiny pack in the lower lobby. There's a tiny pack up there. There's the water choke. There's the one down behind big door. Like, that's it. That's, like, all the metal on this map. And it's all really far apart and in high places and hard to get to. I don't know. I just don't think it's worth it. But, like, super turtling up and playing that way when you're up on points does work. This is a map where, like, 5-4 games don't happen. You get, like, 5-0 games, sure, and you'll get, like, 2 games, or 1-0 games, or something awful like that. So you can take advantage of that as engineer, and slow down the game a bunch. I think the other stuff is more fun. But definitely never run level 3s to mid. And don't build level 3s on second during the mid fight. You want the to at least be here. Like, even if all you're doing is stopping a spy from picking somebody or keeping a scout from +4ing your sniper and getting that pick for free, you're still keeping alive classes that are going to do damage and get picks and win the game. There, that's my mini rant. I'm pretty sure I said that on, like, Rainery or something, too. But, yeah, I think that's most of it. Fancy things you think of? I showed you the drop-down count, but that's about it. The hell? You can't get up there. Actually...
Sentry going up.
Oh wow, okay, so when they nerfed the sentries by increasing the hitbox, they made it so you can get up here. You can't build up here, so it's not useful. Or if you can build up here, it's like in some tiny area that I haven't found yet. Because this would be a great spot for a teleporter and a sentry, or a level 3 sentry. I'd do that in pubs. I'd just build level 3s up here to annoy people. But you can do sneaky things up here, I guess, if you wanted to. You can climb on top of this rock, and you can build on top of this rock. Oops. I'm going to fail to do it. But I don't think that's particularly useful because, I guess you could like a mini sentry up there, but if you wanted a sentry defender,
Building the
there's
sentry.
nothing wrong with building one down here or over here, and it's just as easy to do. Or, it's easier to do, and it does basically the same thing.